Gentlemen, let me ask you something personal. Are you drinking plain water every morning and wondering why your energy still feels flat by midday? Do you notice that your circulation just isn't what it used to be? That warmth, that drive, that sense of being fully alive in your own body? Maybe you've been told to drink more water, exercise more, take it easy, and yet something still feels like it's slipping. If any of that sounds familiar, stay with me, because what I'm about to share isn't just another hydration tip. It is one of the most overlooked and most powerful upgrades a man over 50 can make to his daily routine. And it starts before you even get dressed in the morning. I'm Dr. Narita, and I've spent over 14 years working with men in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond, who came to me feeling like their bodies had quietly turned against them. Thousands of men. Men who were active, who were sharp, who hadn't given up on feeling strong and vital. And time after time, I've seen how small, targeted changes to what goes into the body can restore circulation, reignite energy, and bring back that sense of confidence and physical command that these men thought was gone for good. Before we go any further, do me a favor. Hit that like button and drop a comment telling me where you're watching from today. I love connecting with men from all over the world who are serious about taking their health into their own hands. Now, here is the truth about plain water that most men over 50 have never been told. Water alone, while essential, is not enough to support the vascular system of an aging male body. Here is why this matters so profoundly. After the age of 50, your body's ability to produce nitric oxide, a molecule your blood vessels absolutely depend on, begins to decline at a rate that most physicians simply don't discuss during routine checkups. Nitric oxide is what tells the smooth muscle lining your blood vessels to relax and open wide. It is the biological signal that allows blood to move freely, efficiently, and powerfully to every tissue in your body. Without adequate nitric oxide, your vessels become stiffer, narrower, and less responsive. Your heart has to work harder. Your extremities feel colder. Your energy production drops. And the physical vitality that defines how you feel as a man, your stamina, your circulation, your capacity for closeness and connection with your partner, all of it diminishes quietly year by year. Plain water does not stimulate nitric oxide production. Plain water does not replenish the minerals your vasculature needs to stay supple and responsive. And plain water, when consumed without the right additions, can actually dilute the very electrolytes your cardiovascular system requires to function at its best. This is not a criticism of water. Water is life. But for a man over 50, water is the foundation, not the complete structure. What you add to that water is where the real restoration begins. So today, I want to walk you through 5 specific additions that science and clinical experience have shown can meaningfully support nitric oxide production, vascular health, and rock-solid circulation in men over 50. These are not exotic substances. They are not expensive pharmaceutical interventions. They are precise, natural, evidence-backed compounds that belong in your morning glass and potentially change how you feel for the rest of your day. Let's begin with the first one, and in my clinical experience, it may be the most immediately impactful. Beetroot powder. The science behind this one is exceptionally well established. Beetroot, and specifically the concentrated powder form, is one of the richest dietary sources of inorganic nitrates on the planet. When you consume these nitrates, your body converts them through a 2-step process involving oral bacteria and stomach acid into nitric oxide, which then enters your bloodstream and signals your blood vessels to dilate. A landmark study published in the journal Hypertension found that a single dose of beetroot juice produced measurable reductions in blood pressure within hours. For men over 50 whose nitric oxide production has been declining for years, this is not a minor benefit. It is a direct intervention in the vascular aging process. Emotionally, when circulation is compromised, men describe feeling heavy, sluggish, and disconnected from their own physical strength. There is a dullness to it, a sense that the body is running on reduced capacity. When nitric oxide levels are supported, men consistently report feeling more awake, more present, and more physically capable, not just in the gym, but in everyday life and in intimate moments with their partners. Practically, here's what you do. Add 1 teaspoon of high-quality organic beetroot powder to a full glass of water first thing in the morning, before coffee, before food. Look for a product that contains no added sugars and has been cold processed to preserve the nitrate content. Give this 30 days of consistency. Most men notice a warmth and ease in their circulation within the first 10 to 14 days. I remember a patient of mine, Raymond, 67, a former high school football coach. He came to me looking tired in a way that went beyond sleep. He described his mornings as gray. He said he used to wake up feeling ready, and now he woke up feeling like he was already running behind. His blood pressure was creeping upward, and his energy by 10 in the morning was already fading. I suggested he start every day with beetroot powder in water before anything else. 3 weeks later, Raymond came back and said something I've heard in different forms from many men since. He said, "Doc, I didn't realize how dim the lights had gotten until someone turned them back up." His wife had asked him what changed. That's the kind of response that tells you something real is happening at the vascular level. The second addition is one that most men are deficient in without knowing it, and the consequences of that deficiency reach into nearly every system of the body: magnesium. Biologically, magnesium is the master mineral for vascular relaxation. Think of it as the biological brake pedal for tension in your cardiovascular system. Your smooth muscle cells, the cells that line your blood vessels, require magnesium to receive and act on the nitric oxide signal. Without sufficient magnesium, even if nitric oxide is present, the vessels cannot fully respond. The two work together. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition has shown that magnesium supplementation reduces arterial stiffness and improves endothelial function, the ability of your vessel walls to regulate blood flow in men with low magnesium levels, which after 50 is an extremely common finding. Emotionally, magnesium deficiency is quietly exhausting in a way that is difficult to pin down. Men describe it as a background tension that never fully releases, restless nights, muscles that feel tight even when you haven't exercised, a low-grade irritability that affects your patience, your presence, your relationship with your partner. When magnesium is restored, many men describe a sensation of finally being able to exhale, of tension they didn't even know they were holding, simply letting go. Practically, add a 1/4 teaspoon of magnesium glycinate or magnesium citrate powder to your morning water alongside the beetroot. These two forms are absorbed most efficiently by the body. Start with 200 milligrams and work up to 350 to 400 milligrams over 2 to 3 weeks. Many men choose to split their dose, half in the morning water, half in warm water before bed. The sleep improvement alone from consistent magnesium supplementation is, for many men over 50, worth every penny. The third addition targets something specific that almost no one discusses openly, and it is particularly important for men who want to support their circulation and their physical confidence simultaneously: L-citrulline. This amino acid is what I call the upstream driver of nitric oxide. Here is the critical piece of physiology that makes this so valuable. Your body produces nitric oxide partly through an amino acid called L-arginine. However, when you simply supplement L-arginine directly, much of it is broken down in the digestive tract before it reaches the bloodstream. L-citrulline, on the other hand, is absorbed efficiently through the gut, enters the bloodstream intact, and is then converted in the kidneys into L-arginine, which then drives nitric oxide synthesis. This is a more efficient pathway. A study in the Journal of Urology found that L-citrulline supplementation significantly improved erectile function scores in men with mild erectile dysfunction. not through hormonal manipulation, but through genuine improvements in vascular blood flow. Emotionally, this matters enormously for men over 50. Circulatory issues in that area of the body carry a weight that is hard to describe to someone who hasn't experienced it. It touches confidence, it touches intimacy, it touches a man's sense of himself. I want to be very clear. If you have been frustrated or embarrassed by changes in this area of your health, you are not broken. Your body is not failing you. It is asking for support that it was never given. And compounds like L-citrulline work by supporting the exact biological mechanism that makes healthy blood flow possible. Practically, add 2 to 3 grams of L-citrulline powder to your morning water. This is widely available, tasteless, and dissolves easily. Look for pure L-citrulline, not citrulline malate, which is designed for athletic performance and contains a different ratio of compounds. Take it consistently. Most men begin to notice a difference in 4 to 6 weeks of daily use. If you are finding value in what I'm sharing, take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button. I release new, science-backed health content for men over 50 every single week, and I don't want you to miss what's coming next. The 4th edition is one that transforms what plain water does to your cardiovascular system at the most fundamental level. A small pinch of high-quality sea salt or pink Himalayan salt. I know that sounds counterintuitive. Many men over 50 have been told to reduce sodium, and for men with certain medical conditions, that guidance is absolutely appropriate. Always consult your physician. But here is what the conversation about sodium often misses. The sodium in processed food is stripped of its companion minerals and delivered in quantities that overwhelm the body. Natural, mineral-rich salt, used in small amounts, a pinch, not a tablespoon, provides sodium, potassium, trace magnesium, and dozens of other minerals that your blood vessels and nerve cells use to maintain healthy electrical function and fluid balance. Without adequate electrolytes, water passes through your body without being fully utilized by your cells. Your hydration at the cellular level remains poor even if you are drinking plenty of fluids. Biologically, a small amount of natural salt in your morning water improves cellular hydration, supports adrenal function, which declines with age and affects energy and blood pressure regulation, and ensures that the other compounds you are adding are properly absorbed. Emotionally, chronic cellular dehydration shows up as brain fog, low motivation, and a heaviness that men often mistake for depression or simple aging. When cellular hydration is properly supported, clarity and energy return in a way that feels almost surprising. Practically, add just a small pinch, the amount you'd use to season a single egg, to your morning water. That is all that's needed. If you have hypertension or kidney disease, speak with your doctor before adding any salt to your routine. I think of Walter, 71, a retired civil engineer who came to see me feeling like his mental sharpness had gone soft at the edges. He was drinking 2 liters of water a day, but still felt foggy, fatigued, and vaguely unwell. His standard labs were unremarkable. When we looked more carefully at his electrolyte profile and his morning routine, it became clear his cellular hydration was poor despite his fluid intake. I had him add a small pinch of mineral-rich salt and a splash of lemon juice to his morning water. 6 weeks later, he sat down across from me and said, "I feel like I've got my wits back. I didn't realize how far away I drifted." His wife had told him he seemed like himself again. That is not a small thing. The 5th edition brings the entire morning routine together and adds one more layer of support that specifically targets inflammation, the quiet, underlying driver of vascular aging in men over 50. Lemon juice, freshly squeezed. Half a lemon in your morning water. The citric acid in fresh lemon does several things simultaneously. It creates a mildly acidic environment in the stomach that actually enhances the absorption of the minerals you've added. It provides vitamin C, which is a cofactor in the synthesis of nitric oxide, and plays a role in protecting the endothelial cells lining your blood vessels from oxidative damage. And it provides potassium, which works in concert with sodium to regulate blood pressure and support the electrical function of the heart. Research from the British Journal of Nutrition has demonstrated that regular citrus consumption is associated with measurably improved endothelial function and reduced markers of vascular inflammation. Emotionally, there is something about starting the morning with something bright, clean, and intentional that shifts the relationship a man has with his own health. It signals to yourself that you are choosing your vitality, that you are not merely aging passively, that you are taking command. And for men over 50, that sense of agency, that feeling of actively steering rather than being carried along, is itself medicinal. Practically, squeeze half a fresh lemon into your morning glass after you have added the other compounds. Stir well and drink it all within the first 30 minutes of waking, before coffee, before food. Allow your digestive system to receive and process these compounds on an empty stomach, where absorption is most efficient. So here is your simple morning action plan. When you wake up, fill a large glass, at least 12 ounces, of room temperature or slightly warm water. Add 1 teaspoon of beetroot powder. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of magnesium glycinate or citrate. Add 2 grams of L-citrulline. Add a small pinch of mineral-rich sea salt. Squeeze in half a fresh lemon. Stir thoroughly and drink the entire glass before your coffee, before your breakfast, before anything else. That is 5 ingredients, 1 glass, 5 minutes of your morning. Do this consistently for 30 days and pay attention to how your energy feels by mid-morning, how your circulation responds, how you sleep, and how you feel in your body overall. The changes are not dramatic on day 1. They are steady, cumulative, and real. I want to say something important before we close today, and I want you to really hear it. If you have been frustrated, if you have been quietly discouraged by the changes you've noticed in your body over the past decade, if there have been moments of embarrassment or confusion about why your energy, your circulation, or your physical confidence isn't what it once was, you are not broken. You are not alone. I have sat across from thousands of men who felt exactly what you are feeling. And what I have seen again and again is that the body, even after 60, even after 70, retains a remarkable capacity to respond when it is given the right support. You have not passed some point of no return. Your vascular system is not a fixed, declining machine. It is a living, responsive system that is waiting for the signals that tell it to open, to flow, to function with power and ease. You have the ability to provide those signals, starting tomorrow morning. If this video gave you something useful today, a sense of hope, a concrete step forward, a new way of understanding what your body needs, please give it a like. It helps other men who are searching for this exact information find it. Leave a comment below and tell me which of these 5 additions you are going to start with first. Share this with a brother, a friend, a neighbor who you know is struggling with energy or circulation and hasn't found the right answer yet. You might be the reason he takes his first real step toward feeling alive again. And subscribe so you never miss the weekly content I share specifically for men who are serious about their health and their vitality after 50. I'm Dr. Narita, reminding you that after 50, vitality is not lost. It is simply waiting for you to claim it. Take care of yourself, gentlemen. I'll see you in the next one.